Hi guys, so this part is all about SVGs, what to do with them, how to download them, how to transfer them to your machine, break them apart if you need to, just when you're actually using SVGs that you've bought. I'm just trying to find, I'm going to go to this one. It's called Craft Shop. It's a place I go and download some of my SVGs. It's a very good place to go. And they do some very good SVGs. Now look, see, this is the finished piece. And what they do is they give you all the parts you need. So there's the back. These separate pieces, you have to cut out separately. But they do it in the colours so you know what needs to go with what. So you can see the black has got to go by itself. Now if you're going to do that, the black by itself, you go into layers, and what you need to do, I'll tell you what we'll do, is if we group everything but the black. Now see, the black's already in there. If you hold the shift key down, click on the black again, it will take it out. And if we group the rest, it's one big group, as you can see. And if we do that, it's gone. And so say if we wanted to do this, you go into file and there's different things that you can file. Now save as is not what you want to use. I don't ever use save as, because that saves it, I'll show you, as a CWPRJ, which is Canvas Workshop Project. And it will only be seen in the Canvas workspace. I might do that, say if I had a project that I was halfway through, then I might save it as a project so that I can bring it back in and finish it. But other than that, I can't see any reason for it. If you are saving, you want to export. It exports as an SCM. It says, see, now this comes up, the objects that have been set as hidden are not available to export. That's what I want. I only want to export this. So that's if I'm saving it separately. And then you just put whatever it is and you save it in whatever folder you want to save it in. If you're transferring it via the internet, because I've got Wi-Fi on mine, I can do that. So if you do that, then it's just going to, it will say the same thing. It will come up with the objects that have been set as hidden are not available to export. And that's okay, because you only want to export that one. And then it says the registered machine is ready. And it's that simple. So if I bring all that back on, put this back in place, all you do is cut out the separate colours that they show you. So that's a fairly easy SVG download. So once you've done the black, you would delete that. And then maybe we need to ungroup it because we grouped it to keep it together. Maybe you just got a couple of red pieces there, there, and there. That's part of the brown with this. Okay, so if you click on one, hold the shift key, then you can click on all the others, let go, and take it all over. What I would actually do is that. And then you've got one more down there, so that's the dark brown. And then you've got two different greens, and then all the panels. If you have a CM series, you're alright separating the papers up. An SDX, you can't really put different weight papers because the knife is only going to go on whatever the first one was. Just going to untake that. So that's going to be cut on its own. So that's all you're doing is separating, and then you're going to piece by piece. Like if you're doing them first, then all these have got to be hidden. So we can group them all together. And then we know that the group is what's got to be hidden. The leaf got. Let's see if we can put it into the group. No. Okay, there we go. So again, you send that over. And then when you've sent it over, you delete it all. And then bring that back up and do it again by colour. And that is how you do it. If you had an SVG that you wanted to break apart because it was put together, can't really use this because they don't do that. Let me think where I can go. I need to go scan and cut. And I think I'll go to my tad lace. I think a lot of people have tad lace. Tad lace or let's do this one. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll just take that. Don't know what it is. So there you go. Now these are usually separated anyway. Yeah. So if we go back. I'm going to group it first. So then I can make it bigger and take a closer look. And then we can think. There is a lot of separate lines here that are not very good for cutting. Okay, so if we ungroup, that's the very outer line. So that is the outside of everything. There. What, and then the rest is one? Or? Yeah, and then the rest has been done as one. So say if you didn't want these lines, what you can do then, I'm just going to check they're not, yeah, see they've been grouped. So if we ungroup them, we don't need these many lines. So you can start deleting them off. Because we don't need them. Let's undo that one. That took the roof for some reason. Okay. Displays into that size. Okay, so we've got these. You can get rid of a lot of the little lines that you don't really need, to be honest. It just makes it cutting it a lot worse. I don't know. We don't want that, but we don't want the lines. And some of these lines are just not needed at all. It's very hard to grab hold of thin lines. Unless we go in really close. Okay, so you can see I'm getting rid of a lot of the lines. And that's okay. Sometimes it's easier to divide. So for some reason, see, that is one whole piece. Now, say for instance, we like the cottage and the bushes round it, but we don't want the thing round. There's a way of getting rid of it, and I'll show you it. I'm just going to get a little rectangle, and what I'm going to do is just do it like that. And I'm going to start it there. Okay, I'm going to need to use 2. There we go. So there's one. If I duplicate, and this one has got to be. Okay, so I don't know if you can see what I've done. Actually, I'm going to move that one over there, like that. So what I've done at the moment is just separated the top part from the smaller part, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pick it all because I need to. And I'm just going to subtract, and what it will do, yeah, it's not going to let me. The reason it won't let me is because there's a lot of open lines. What I'm trying to subtract, let's see if I just pick that, that, and that. Now let's see if it'll do it, because I'm trying to subtract this bit and this bit, and it's all on this line. So we'll see if that will work. There we go. So what's happened, okay, it didn't do what I wanted. I'm not very good at making the right choices here, am I? I'm going to go back to where they were separate shapes. I know what I've done wrong. I'm glad I do things wrong so I can show you that I've done them wrong. So we're going to do that one first. We pick that, and then we'll pick the shape, and we'll subtract. And then we'll pick that. Let's just do this. There we go. And we'll pick the shape again and subtract again. No. This one we're going to send to the back, and then pick that again, and then subtract. And now what we're going to do, we're going to pick that one, that. There we go. So now we can, I've divided it, so now we can delete all the outer bits that we didn't want to keep. So it could be a bit tedious for you, but then we do the same down here, although a lot of it is divided anyway. Yeah. So you just take it all off, the stuff that shouldn't be there, or that you don't want there, I should say. There. And that's what you're left with. You can get rid of this line if you didn't want that. I'll show you. It's back in the nodes again, but I'll just show you very quickly. I don't want to, again, I really don't want to go detail with the nodes, but if you start at one line and do this, you are opening the line. And then if you click on that one, that's going to take away that line. Where the green line is, it will take away the line. If you go over all of them, that can sometimes... Okay, that's going to take most of that off. Oh dear me. So I'm trying to take away all the nodes. There we go. And that is what you're left with. So let's go out. You can see there's some extra ones there that are not meant to be there. And that is what you're left with. Now, you could put that back in. And then what would look really nice is if you drew it and then cut this part out. You could do it a bit smaller. So if you drew this part, used a few watercolours, and then just cut the outline out, that might look nice. Or do your own shape. Do away with that and do your own, add your own oval to it. Let's do an ellipse. There you go, perfect shape actually. I thought I'd have to bring it down a little bit. There we go. There. So that's how you can break them apart and take bits off that you didn't want. And then you just do File, Export SCM. I know there's nothing on there, but that's how you do it. There is a file online you can use that is SVG converter. So it converts it from an FCM to an SVG. If you're using this program and you've got a Cricut, for example, then you can still convert it to an SVG to cut it out on your Cricut. Or I think Silhouette Cameo takes SVGs as well. So it's still usable for someone who's got a Cricut, but the Scan and Cut is the ones that take the FCMs. So again, very usable. So I hope I've helped with that, and I'll be seeing you again soon.